Arigatou gozaimasu.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Welcome back, Ryujunshi. It's been a while that we get to talk through on the concepts of Buddhism in our series of Ask A Buddhist. We have been traveling across Japan as well on a pilgrimage, so where we saw different ways of practicing this tradition.
Yes.
And it was extremely exciting to see how it's practiced around the globe as well. So, and talking about this tradition, there were comments in our first episode.
Yes.
Questions, feedback, asking what exactly is this, right? So let's address some of those questions as well.
Yes.
Sure. But as always, I do have a couple of other questions, like very common questions that we get when we speak about a religion. Some common questions that we get when we, thinking about the societal problems and things like that. So I hope to get clarifications and those, definitions, how it's defined within Buddhism as well. So with that, maybe let's move on to the first question itself.
Yes.
So not only Buddhism, right? If you look at all the religions that is defined in the world, there is a concept of hell and heaven. And even if you do a search in your browser, will be a lot of answers, theories, concepts that will answer this whole question of what is hell and what is heaven. How do you define this concept in Buddhism? Are there any theories or definitions?
Yes. Actually, the idea of hell and heaven, as you said, that this particular idea exists in other philosophies and religions as well, not only in Buddhism. I think we can find this concept in almost all the religions and philosophies around the world. The idea of a heaven is where a person gets more closer to a savior or a particular god. And then the idea of the heaven is of a place where there are a lot of sufferings and of course punishments.
You mean hell?
Yes,
the idea of hell.
In the idea of hell. So the basic idea is that if you do good, you can ascend to the heaven as a reward of what you have done. And you will, on the other hand, you will fall into the hell as the punishments of your wrongful deeds in your lifetime. So these ideas have been generated and interconnected, and I can say interfed into traditions like the religions and the philosophies have exchanged these thoughts, because the idea of hell and heaven, because some people take this quite literally sometimes, because we think of a heaven that exists above the clouds, and also some people think that if we dig into the earth, we might find a doorway to the hell. So there have been beliefs like this.
So is it just a supernatural thing, or there's a reality to it?
Actually, we should separate when we discuss this in the Buddhist philosophy. We should separate the philosophical ideas with the literature. So where we find this so-called heaven and hell, heaven which is a place of tranquil light with all the serenity and calmness, with angelic beings dwelling there. So these concepts are literature compositions. So is the hell, where the magma is flowing and the demons are there to punish you. So all these are literature depictions. But I'm not saying that they are illusions, because people in many centuries ago, those philosophers or maybe preachers, to convey this idea of reward and punishment, they might have made these kind of supernatural ideas to attract people and to convince more. But we should see deeper than that the literal ideas.
Right.
Because the hell and heaven both exist in our mind itself. We can ascend to the heaven at this very moment if we are ready, and also we can fall down to the hell at this very moment, depending on our thought pattern. If we are happy, if we are consumed by happy thoughts, good vibration, we can ascend to the heaven at this very present. You don't have to die to ascend into the heaven or fall into the hell. The hell and heaven exist right in our own thoughts, in our every thought actually. So depending on what thought pattern that you are following, what thought pattern that generates from yourself, you can either ascend into the heaven or spiral down to the hell, even at this very moment. So you don't need to like take a spacecraft and go searching for the heaven or just dig the earth to find the hell. It exists in our mind.
So it's a state of mind?
Yes, it's a state of mind.
Right.
Because when we are when we have suffering, suppose we are going through a separation of a beloved one, say we are going through a bad breakup, or we are facing some failures in life, that's where the hell is.
Right.
So it's a state of mind.
So what exactly is happening when a person dies? Because there are a lot of concepts within Buddhism as well.
Yes.
Reincarnation, and there are other beliefs in other religions as well. So how that piece is defined within Buddhism?
This question also relates to our previous question, like whether you, after you die, whether you ascend into the hell or you descend to the ascend to the heaven or descend into the hell. In some religions say that if you do good, you will ascend up the heaven, and if you do wrongful deeds, you will fall into the hell. And then again, there are some we cannot say religions actually, but there have been some traditions throughout the human history that we find. For an example, if I'm not mistaken, Mongols, they believed, ancient Mongols, they believed that they'll be united within, their souls will be united within a one eternal blue sky. So they never spoke of a hell or a heaven. They thought that after die, their brotherhood, their people will be reunited again under the eternal blue sky. And in the ancient Greeks, they believed that Hades, they go to the underworld. Whether you do good, whether you do bad, after you die, you go to the Hades. So there have been concepts like that. In Buddhism, we believe in rebirth or the reincarnation. So we can use many words into this. And then again, even in Buddhism, even within Buddhism, each tradition have their own definition into these words. So when we say rebirth or reincarnation, why I mentioned about what the ancient Greeks thought or what the ancient Mongols thought, there might be the same seed, like when you die, your astral body comes out of your, like when we, for an example, even in cartoons, we see sometimes when the character dies, the ghost version of the character rise up and with the wings, ascending to the heaven. So these are literature explanations. They were generated to give a good understanding into what this philosophy is speaking about. So rebirth, or the idea of reincarnation, is that your journey does not end as you die. So this is the general idea of Buddhism.
Right.
But then this does not mean that you die from here and then your astral body comes out and you travel through a space and then gets into another fetus or to another human body. It doesn't define like that. Of course, your journey doesn't end, but your next birth is not exactly what you left at your last termination. It's like this. Suppose that you look at a river from the river bank today, and then you visit the same place probably at the same time and look at the same river from the same spot.
Right.
But that river is not the same what you saw yesterday. But it's not totally a different river either. So in a way, it's the same river, but from another perspective, it's not the same river. Many things have been changed. So within this inevitable change, we take the rebirth or the reincarnation. So we can say that what exactly travels from what exactly continues is that our karmic relationships. We cannot neglect what we have done, what we have, karma means what we have done, and the rewards and we can say punishments, but rewards of the results of what we have done, what we have committed will follow us. That will not be diminished, that will not be terminated. So this karmic bond continues the journey.
Right.
And this karmic bond itself follows us to the reincarnation. So that's the idea of Buddhism about the life after death, or what happens after death.
Very insightful. Thank you. So, deviating from the whole conversation of hell and heaven and death to a little bit of a very societal or society-related questions. So, this is a common thing across many of the young generation that we have in Sri Lanka and across the world as well, which is overthinking. And I'm a culprit of overthinking as well. So, and I think it happens with the way you work and your families and everything. There are a lot of, influential factors that sort of, triggers you to overthink, right? So, and it could lead to different, stages of maybe anxiety, depression, and things like that, even towards the, suicidal state as well, right? It's a common thing.
Yes.
Maybe like a very dangerous, but it has become a very, common stories that we hear from the society. So, what is the teaching within Buddhism to address this concept of mental challenges?
Yes. The overthinking, as you said, have been a very important topic in today's society, because it has been a big problem, a huge issue that our society is facing. You said in your question and the explanation that followed it, you mentioned two very important terms. One is that influential factors, and then the word trigger.
Yeah.
So overthinking is being triggered by these influential or influencing factors around us.
Yeah.
So I have seen that even in the psychological perspective, counselors and psychiatrists offer solutions to overthinkers. And of course, these professionals, they consider the seed or the cause
Yes.
that triggers these people to overthink.
Yeah.
One main cause of overthinking is that failure, the fear of failure.
Yes.
That what if I do this?
Yes.
What if I fail? So they say that instead of thinking what if I fail, why don't you think what if I do this and see? Like take it as a challenge. In a psychological, or let's say in a behavioral way, of course, it's a good way to look at it. And also they suggest, the psychiatrists and the counselors, they suggest behavioral changes like do not watch, do not overwatch news.
Right.
Yeah, I have seen that they give this this advice to the overthinkers, because it makes you nervous, it makes you over worried. So they try to introduce these kind of solutions to cope up with the overthinking.
Yeah.
But as you said that the trigger, this trigger point happens because there are a lot of influential factors that we have accumulated in our thoughts.
Yes.
So we need to cleanse these. Like we have stored many unwanted things in our thoughts, in our mind.
Yeah.
Because we overthink, because we have many things, we have let's say additional things we have stored in our mind, so that's why we think of them. So we need to get rid of them. That means we need to dismantle what we have gathered. So there should be a healthy way of dismantling these things.
Right.
Because as you said that if we cannot dismantle these things, a person might end up depressed, and then it might lead to the decision of taking his own life, his or her own life, or maybe it might lead to a particular point where he would take the life of another one.
Yeah.
Or worse, might become a serial killer, even to cope up with this the stress and the depression. So we need to dismantle. Dismantling this needs a deeper cleansing,
Right.
a deeper driven solutions. So that's what Buddhism provides with our meditation, whether it would be conventional meditation or the vocal meditation that we are doing in our tradition. We recite Namu, myoho, renge in our tradition. So that is to a vocal meditation. So with these kinds of meditation, we address this problem. So the meditation leads to a deeper cleansing of your thoughts, the reform of your thought pattern, and it leads to the dismantling of unwanted things,
Right.
things that would trigger the overthinking. So that would be a sustainable solution, not just to cover up, not a temporary solution, but that solution will be sustainable.
Interesting. So I think a person may sort of argue that yes, while we have a practice of meditation on any of the forms to address this overthinking, if you manage to just think of what you can control and what you cannot control, and you try to live in the moment, so that it helps you to not think too much to the future or even think what had happened in the past, right? So with this meditation, are we saying that it helps you to be in that moment? And how do you like advise? Because to be very honest, if you are a victim of overthinking, for a person it might not. I mean, we can say yes, you are supposed to do this, but But how do you get that person to make sure that you are living in this moment? So if you do this, you get to live in this moment. Is there a way, or like a teaching within Buddhism that supports that sort of a thought?
Yes, to live or worry about the past, to live in the past, not to live in the moment. But if you live in the past, if you worry about the past, that's what makes you depressed.
Yes.
And if you worry about the future, you try to live in the future, that's what makes you anxious. So we need to live in this very moment. So again, this connects with the discourse about the overthinking. What takes us to worry about the past, or what makes us worry about the future, are those trigger factors.
Yes.
So once we get rid of the trigger factors, we can live in the moment. It's like getting rid of unwanted things, like that once in a while we clean our room, clean our room or the houses, and we get rid of the unwanted stuff. But how often we do this to our mind? Even for our body, we take cleansing showers daily, maybe several times a day. But how often we do this to our mind? How often we try to cleanse our thought pattern? So this is very important. So this treatment, or let's say cleansing of the thoughts, getting rid of unwanted things, should be done daily. It should be a regular practice. It should not be something that you do when you feel depressed, but it should be a part of your daily lifestyle. That's why we, in our tradition, we propose the followers to chant Namu, myoho, renge in the morning and in the evening as a meditation, as a vocal meditation, because it's very important. But as you said that when someone becomes a victim of this situation, they might not be in the mode. They might not find the courage to do this by themselves. So that's where you need the support of a trusted person. That's why we advise to visit the temple. Let's chant or do the meditation together. So that's very important. Even in my experience, that I have met several people with this issue, and at first they need the guided journey in the they need to have
like
that
a simpler approach.
Yes, a simpler approach, and then we should guide them in the very few steps. Then they will find their courage to move on. But for that, we need someone who we can trust, and also the other people, those who are not suffering in this situation, need to act with compassion. In one of the instructive short poems composed by our tradition's founder, Nichiren Buddhism, he states that this compassion should be like carrying an infant with all the love that you have. So we should have that compassion to help, to support someone to come out of that situation. It should be mutual.
Yeah, I think that's a great advice, Regency, because whoever who's going to listen to our podcast, I think it's a great message. It's just that they are not alone. There is a solution for their problem. So the solution could be this, right? So that's a very great message that we can give to the society as well. So you did spoke about our tradition, which is Nichiren Buddhism. So how does it differ from the other practices and religions, practices basically, that is there within Buddhism as well?
It's a good question, and thank you for asking that, because in the comment section, even when I went through the comment section, I'm sorry, I might have not gone through all the comments, but in some comments, they have shared their insights with us. So it's a very good thing. And some have raised questions regarding what Buddhist tradition is this, to what sect does he belong to, like that. So in general, we follow the Nichiren Buddhism. We belong to the sect called Honmon Butsuryushu. In short, we call HBS.
Yeah.
But regarding this term Nichiren Buddhism, sometimes I think that this term might mislead sometimes, because Nichiren Shonin means the great sage or the wise one, or the great mentor. Nichiren Shonin, who lived in the 13th century, he was born in 1222 AD, and he passed away on 1282. He lived in Japan during the Kamakura period. He was the forefather of our tradition. But if we say Nichiren Buddhism, contemporary society might think that this might be a new sort of Buddhism, which this person called Nichiren introduced.
I often get that question as well.
Yes.
Better to address that.
Yeah. So this is not a new sort of a Buddhism or another Buddhism, but this is the Buddhism. But why do we call it Nichiren? Because we follow the instructions of Nichiren. But Nichiren Shonin, he never established his own Buddhism. He never said that this is the Buddhism that I introduced. Not just Buddhism, he didn't even establish his own sect. Of course, he started a tradition, a movement, but he never even named it after him.
Yeah.
There have been Nichiren traditions goes with his name, but those were named later on,
Right.
Not by he himself.
Right.
So he never coined the phrase Nichiren Buddhism.
Right.
So we must not get this misconception that Nichiren Buddhism is a new sort or new format of Buddhism. No. What Nichiren Shonin taught us is how to practice this Buddhism, because Buddhism is a philosophy. There are various Buddhist traditions. They have their own approach, a practical approach of how we conduct this philosophy, how we practice this philosophy in our daily lives. So Nichiren Buddhism is being one of that. So the main difference of this Nichiren Buddhism is that Nichiren Shonin showed that Buddhism, or let's say the Buddha, is not merely the historical Buddha. What we call the Buddha is the primordial Buddha, the primordial existence of the Dharma or the law itself. There have been people who attained the Buddhahood and preached us the Dharma, and they have passed away into the extinction. So, because of that, even after the extinction of the Buddha, we can encounter the Buddha's compassion if we recognize the Buddha as such, as the Dharma. So of course, Nichiren Shonin based this idea on the teachings of the Lotus Sutra, Saddharma Pundarika Sutra. But in other scriptures also we find this phrase that Buddha preaches that he who finds the Dharma shall find me, the Buddha.
Yes.
So that's what in general, in a basic idea, in a nutshell, Nichiren Buddhism focuses. When we follow, or let's say when we recognize the Buddha in that way, through the eternal or the primordial form of the Buddha, then the Buddha is a living existence for us, even in this present. We can encounter the living Buddha, the living Buddha's compassion, the living Buddha's guidance in our journey. To discuss more about the Nichiren Buddhism, I think it's a very interesting and important topic that we should carry on.
Yeah.
But in a nutshell, that's what we can say what Nichiren Buddhism is. So when I say that the term Nichiren Buddhism might lead into some misconceptions. In our tradition, HBS, we prefer the term Primordial Buddhism. Primordial Buddhism, which would define more correctly the ideas of Nichiren Shonin.
Okay, so we have millions of people in the world who's just chanting just one phrase
Yes.
within this tradition of Buddhism. Why? What makes them continuously do it?
Yes. We in the last with the previous question, we discussed about what the Nichiren Buddhism or the Primordial Buddhism is in a philosophical or theoretical way.
Yeah.
But when we put into practice, so if someone asks that, so what do you do as the practice in Nichiren Buddhism or this Primordial Buddhism of yours? What we do is we recite chant Namu, myoho, renge, in which it loosely translates into English as we recite, we venerate the primordial dharma of the Buddhas. But then again, in several, let's say, even in Nichiren tradition, even within the Nichiren Buddhism, there are several traditions.
Right.
Actually, numerous traditions, deviated into sects and groups. So they might have their own definitions.
Right.
What I'm speaking of is the definition of Honmon Butsuryushu. So we find this recitation, Namu Myoho Renge, this incantation, is derived from the primordial 8 chapters of the Lotus Sutra, the Saddharma Pundarika Sutra.
Right.
The primordial 8 chapters be from chapter 15th to 22nd. Why we call these chapters the primordial chapters is that the Buddha Shakyamuni, the Gautama Buddha, takes the form of that primordial Buddha who passes down as the source of all Buddhas from the beginning of the time, from the beginning of the universe itself. When we recognize the Buddha as the primordial Buddha, as I told you earlier, that concept transcends the time and space. So it becomes universal. So then it doesn't matter what language the Buddha spoke or what country he dwelled in, where he was born.
Right.
So what matters is the path he has shown. So when we practice, when we follow that path, that enables us to awaken our wisdom. So our journey continues.
Right.
So that's what we do that's what we call as our practice in this primordial Buddhism. So your question was, why do millions of people around the world do this practice, do this single phrase chanting or this single, very simple recitation? Because it transcends the cultures, the country borders, cultures. Because of that, anyone can adopt this practice. It's a very simple practice, but it runs very deep. It's a universal practice, but it's simple. So it's simple, it's universal, so anyone can follow this. So my question is that not the millions of people around our planet would do this. This is universal practice. So it could be practice in other galaxies as well. So why not millions of people would do this in this planet?
Yeah, very interesting. And with that, actually, we came to the end of today's episode. As always, a very fruitful discussion, very interesting concepts, insights about Buddhism as well. So thank you for your time. We'll meet again in the future with the third episode as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Namu myoho renge kyo.
Renge kyo.